Well, I believe we're live, and I hope you're having an amazing Friday. I hope this week has been good for you, and it has been. I'm just going to be honest; it's been wild and nuts and crazy. And I stumbled across this quote. You're going to probably see this somewhere down below or above the video, but it really hit me. Actually, yesterday, I think it was yesterday afternoon when I found it, and a buddy of mine made the post, and it really hit home, and I didn't really catch the grasp of it just immediately. But you know how sometimes you hear something, then throughout the day it just starts to come back to you. And I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, man, how many times have I taken for granted the moments that I know were an opportunity, or I got lazy, I procrastinated, whatever the case may be. Like this quote, fear does not. What was it? Fear does not stop death; it stops life. And it spoke to my heart, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, goodness, like I bet how many people are in that state of mind right now that where fear is crippling them, whether they're overthinking things or we're trying to figure out how to provide for our families. And I know a lot of people are in that boat. And we've always heard that acronym, false evidence appearing real. And it really struck a nerve with me, because for me, I'm thinking back on everything that we have going on in the business. We got things are growing, we're hiring new people, and then with the podcast kicking off for Legacy Driven, there is so much happening. And I can't help but look around on social media, and also as I'm talking with friends and family, and just hearing about the tragedies that are happening around the world. And it's in, it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, because I've got my own set of challenges. Everyone's got their own set of challenges. And I mean, heck, we're still moving into our new place and everything, and getting everything set up. And I just look at how we're everyone's innovating. Like if you have a business, you're making sure that you can provide for your family, whether it be through a side hustle, through whatever the case may be. And if you had a job, and I'm going to say that lightly and not with respect, that if you had a job, then now you're doing everything in your power to help provide for your family. And if you're running into a wall, then you're constantly thinking about a solution. Like there are things that we do as human beings to help ourselves survive. And fear, man. Something was just popping up in my head. It's so easy to slip into fear. It is so comfortable sometimes, because it goes back to control too. You look at how I'm over here. I'm trying out a new software, and I'm actually using StreamYard. I don't know if you guys have ever used that before, but it's so easy to slip into fear. And sometimes you don't even realize what's going on and what you're doing. And it has nothing to do with what you can control or what you can't control. It actually has everything to do with our response. And it's a humbling quote. And I think that anyways, it's a humbling quote for me. And thinking about everyone who's battling, everyone who's going through their own set of challenges, their own thing. And man, like I'm over here sitting back, and I'm just like, I've got my head down, and we're constantly in prayer. We're always asking God for the right things. But fear is a very, very easy way, is a very easy way to die quietly, if that makes sense. And I don't really, when it comes down to what we have to do, what I have to do right now in the immediate versus the long term, a lot of it, goes down to preparation. I find that if I'm better prepared, or even for worst off situations, or whatever the case may be, whatever is to come, like problems are a feature. And that's another quote that's been in my heart. It's just been rolling around, like tumbling around like a rock tumbler, and it's been nonstop. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, problems are a feature. Problems are a feature. Problems are a feature. I'm learning to become more and more okay with that. And so once I heard that quote somewhere, I can't remember where. It was probably a week or a week or 2 weeks ago, and or not, probably a couple of weeks ago because time has been blinking by lately. But fear does not stop. It doesn't stop death. It stops life. Like think about all the things like worry with like everything. I mean, the thing is, fear, fear is a choice. Fear is an absolute choice because it's all about what we're looking at and what we're focused on. Like period. And I'm just sitting back and I'm like, man, there's so much going on that with like around us at one any given moment that I mean, heck, we we don't. Oh man, I was about to say, me and Joyce, we haven't even. We're just now getting started in our relationship, a couple years down the road, and we don't even have kids, and we're looking at everything that's going on with preparing for the wedding and preparing for everything. And we're just looking at our own cluster of things. And we have every right to be afraid. We have every right to choose fear, but we choose peace. And of course, we pull our strength from our faith, of course, but one of the main things is for us to be able to be in prayer with God every day helps us keep our head straight, and that's just us. And I think she did there cleaning the floors, but like literally that is just us. And being able to lay the train tracks. If we can see it, we can do it. And that's been our motto. Like if we can see it, we can do it. And that counteracts fear. It's like it's crazy because fear will chart out every single thing that you are either doing wrong or something that you are falling short of. Or if you're, I mean, I know you guys probably have been there too with me. I know I'm not speaking. I know I'm not alone on this. I know that I'm not alone on this, that fear will always try to remind you where you messed up at to try and convince you that you can't do it. And it's just like, or whatever may be out of your control, or you never know what may come. But there's something about that peace that's inside your gut. You know how sometimes you're like, dang it, I know I shouldn't have done it. Oh my gosh, I know I shouldn't have done it. And then you end up doing it, and then you end up face palming yourself afterwards. But fear will not stop death because death is always inevitable, but it'll stop us from living life. We've always heard that acronym fear, false evidence appearing real. And it's the truth. When it comes down to us being able to live life with no restraint whatsoever. I mean, guys, drop in the comments, let me know. I'm trying out this new software, so it should be popping up over on this side. So if you guys, let's see, it says some destination that cannot see comments. But I am trying my best. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 channels that I'm live streaming on right now, and one of them is in the group in the community on the page, YouTube, and I'm not approved for LinkedIn Live yet. Darn it. So 3. But so I'm trying it out. Hopefully I can. Oh, cool! I can even do banners and other stuff too. Cool. But really cool stuff. The name is Squirrel. But when it comes down to fear, when it comes down to everything that's happening around us, it's not about what's happening around us. It's about how we respond. It's why it's called our responsibility. It's because it's how we handle our response, our ability to respond. So I don't know if you're responding right, but I'm responding okay. But honestly, when it comes to fear tries to convince you that it's out of your control, what you can do, what you can't do right now. But technically that's a lie, because you do have things in your hands that you can control, that you can do, and then also leave the rest up to God. And that is where for us, there are some things that we can't control, and there are some things that we and there are some things that, man, we just would love to have had fixed 2 years ago. Don't we all? But one of the best things about it is that today's today, tomorrow's tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. It's got its own full-time job focus that it needs over there. But just focus on today. And that quote really hit me to where I need to really keep staying steady and keep doing the boring stuff sometimes, no matter what's going on. Because a lot of times fear is actually, if you speak it out, it's interesting. Like literally, I'll speak out what I'm afraid of, and I look at it, I'm like, well, that's kind of dumb. But I really hope this helped you out, and I hope somebody out. I just want to test out the software too and see any comments come into it. So we will see what may have buggered up on that, but hopefully that really hope this encouraged somebody. If this encouraged one person, fantastic. If it didn't, who cares? But I really do hope you guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. I hope this week has been well, and I hope that your families have stayed safe and healthy. And me and Joyce, our prayers are with all of you, and we just want you to know that we appreciate you and that you are worth it no matter what you've done in the past. Your history is not your identity. Your history is just a reflection of what you knew then compared to what you know now. So talk to you soon.